Shadowport Adventures. Thank you so much for joining us. And with that, first announcement that we need to, in case we get combustible here, and things get really hot and sweaty, and we have to evacuate, we have exits back there, over here, and, well, that one we're just, not going to worry about. But anyways, we're here. So, before we start, we need to introduce our wonderful and talented players. If they would love to come out. Awesome. So we are going to introduce our players, and then we're going to get into a little bit of description of what we're doing here today. So first, please introduce yourself. Who are you playing? And describe your character for us.
Hi, I'm Vanan Armitage Strange. I'll be playing Sardana Lux, who is a Cathar bounty hunter specializing in martial arts.
Ooh. Thank you so much. Next.
I'm Alex. I'm going to be playing Blammo, who is a Gungan Gunslinger.
Yes. Any interesting descriptions for
So Blammo is very grizzled war veteran Gungan. So he's got a piece of his ear missing, scars all over his face, and he's seen a lot.
Seen a lot.
All right.
All right. Next, but never least.
Hi, I'm Tommy, and my character is Corix. I'm a Rhodian, like Greedo, but orange-skinned, and I'm a technician, droid tech, very good with all things mechanic, and I have a little droid friend, who's not with me at the moment, I don't think, but a little droid friend named LT3, who is reminiscent of a ferret.
Yes, yes. Again, thank you everyone for joining us, live streamed, VODs, in person. We appreciate all of you here. First of all, thank you so much to Otherworld Theater for having me and having this Shadowport Adventures one-shot. So we are playing a Star Wars RPG, which is a role-playing game created by Fantasy Flight Games, and Edge of the Empire is one of the games that we're playing here. Shadowport Adventures is something I've just come up with, created, and in the Star Wars universe. So, as we start, let's paint the picture of, in a galaxy far, far away, we find our intrepid characters unfortunately angering a Hutt to the point that they got caught doing something they probably shouldn't be doing. And in that process of getting caught, we find that the camera pans open and sees three individuals along a wall, bound their hands against the wall in a 30 by 30 foot room. Nicely made seamless kind of walls with a little bit of dirt in the corners. There's probably some little unknowns on the floor as well. On the opposite side of the three is another individual, a Trandoshan, the lizard, with bound, unconscious, and some other empty shackles. And then a large box in the corner. This large metal crate, wooden in a way, a little bit of metal with some bars on it as if the window is bars. And in red Arabic, which is the Star Wars language, it says, dangerous creature. And the small one, spray painted, says, do not open, it eats you. And this is the room that our characters wake up in as they are starting to realize that they're in a Hutt ship on their way to God only knows what's going to happen to them. As we begin Star Wars Shadowport Adventures Hutt Prison Break. So the three of you are just bound. You're starting. Actually, we're going to start off. Audience participation here. I need a name of a ship. Give me any name.
The Thunderburger.
The Thunderburger. All right. The Hutt ship Thunderburger. You are in the prison room of this. Players, I need to choose, each of you choose 1 through 4. Pick a number 1 through 4. Each of you. 4, 3, 1. Okay. Blammo, you start to wake up first. as the sense is coming back to you, as you're realizing that you have been shackled. You remember being dragged in on the ship through the corridors, your items taken from you and stashed in your room as you're placed on the shackles, the vague memories. But you're regaining your consciousness because, you know, as a Gungan, your physiology is a little bit more resistant as a Goyan.
Sure.
What do you do as you're looking around?
So I'm eyeing the box in the corner. And I'm trying to wrap my head around what could possibly be in it. And I go to, like, my brain goes to move forward, but then I realize I'm shackled above. Just Lisa messed up.
And with those sounds of Misa messed up is the sound that wakes you up from this groggy sensation.
Okay, so Sardana is slowly waking up. She looks to her left, looks to her right, and realizes she's shackled, but with other people. She notices her teammate next to her and is like, oh crap. And then she notices the Gungan and goes, you!
What about me, sir? Why are you upset at me?
You were the whole reason we got caught in the first place. If you hadn't been bumming around the hot casino like that, we wouldn't be caught at all.
That sounds like a you-sup problem.
So she turns away, and with her martial arts, tries to kick her legs up and undo her shackles with her hidden boot dagger.
All right, so as you start moving up, you see as she contorts gracefully, and suddenly this boot dagger comes out, and as she starts clinking, like the noise from the shackles, which brings up your attention because you're hearing metal cranking and just that sound of metal and getting into that gears and
Keep it down.
Oh, sorry. Oh, my
The
God.
huts are here. The huts are here. Do not scream.
Sorry, I don't remember exactly how I ended up here. Sardana, are you over there?
I'm right here, you idiot!
You saw whisper, or we saw all die.
Sardana, what the hell happened?
You remember this idiot got caught and then we all got caught?
Oh, you idiot, you got caught.
God, I've never seen you before.
I'm going to yank on my cuffs and try to or binders and try to yank them out.
yeah, they're really tough at this moment. And as Sardana's getting you suddenly hear noises outside the door, as if someone's about to come in.
I would like to, so like, my hands are behind my head.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Kind of like the side of you, like that.
So I am desperately just gonna keep going. Trying to spin on my wrists, trying to get in there.
And spinning, it's working pretty good.
Yeah.
But then the door opens, and steps in a red protocol droid with a purple stripe across its face, kind of a stripe coming down from the top. And you also notice that behind them are two large Gamorreans with big axes, as is kind of the personal bodyguard.
The spinning intensifies.
And this protocol droid walks in, it's like, doot, 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 and kind of looks over at the unconscious Trandoshan, and then sees you. But the question is, are your feet still trying to do your... And suddenly kind of looks over at you and kind of stops for a second, and just goes, interesting. Good luck with that.
What do you mean good luck? I'm obviously trying my hardest. Would you mind to give me a hand?
And he steps aside as a Gamorrean guard comes in and bashes your leg with the blunt end of the axe.
So obviously I'm screaming in pain.
You take a point of damage. It wasn't hard enough to do a lot, and it was the blunt end, but through your soak, it was just strong enough that, it hurt a little bit. Well then, you're all awake. Well, he's not awake yet, and, excellent. Contestants, may sound something very familiar, but that is just how the hut indicates me. But I am the correspondent of the hut, Vorgus the hut. He welcomes you to your demise. You have done something very bad. He is in to anger the hut. And hence now, we are on the way to his compound for the annual Slug Games, where your demise will be entertaining and broadcasted for all to see.
That doesn't sound very entertaining to me.
You some tell me now, where are my babies?
I'm unaware of any life forms that we were with you.
My weapons.
Oh, that is interesting. They're in a location that will be possibly returned to you upon your execution. I mean, your entertainment. Oh, my illustrious master, Vorgus the Hutt, does have one thing to say, and suddenly he changes his audio, and you hear this, Unchapakano undawa. And then suddenly it goes, oh, my illustrious master, Vorgus the Hutt, bids you a great demise. He hopes
Was the
that...
20-foot walk too much for him?
Yes. We will be arriving at the planet to prepare for the Slug Games in about an hour, where we will be betting and enjoying your slow and agonizing entertainment, death.
I want to try to negotiate with him.
Okay. What do you want to do? How are you going to try to negotiate?
So, I go, look at me, son. How am I to participate in your game without my babies? It would not be an entertaining match without them.
That is very true. You make a valid point. Fodder generally does do better entertainment when they have their toys.
I'm ignoring you.
Again,
I'm not really a big fighting type. Do you think there's maybe something I could do on the side, maybe like a concessions guy or something?
Interesting. The Rancor will be enjoying your dinner, so yes, we might be able to arrange something.
Oh, that's great.
There's an audible bit cartoon gulp.
Well, I'm just a, I'm just a little lady. I'm just a little girl. I don't
It looks could kill right
He turned me into it. You don't understand. I was blackmailed into it. They all did it, not me.
Blanco picking up what you are putting down. Yes, Misa is too lame. You let her go. Yes. Yes. First, you
Processing.
give me what I asked for first. But then
Processing. No, we'll enjoy it.
Do I happen to see a restraining bolt on this protocol?
No.
Interesting.
No. So, anyways, I thought you would like to enjoy that. We will be arriving shortly and enjoying your processes. You make a very valid point. I will discuss with Vorgus that your toys be returned to you once you're on the floor.
Misa, my useless toys. Yes. Of no harm to you. Yes.
And while we're talking about getting stuff back, I would like some of my stuff back too, if we're doing stuff back.
That is entertaining. Generally, we can make arrangements for your stuff to be available in the crate. Additionally, the Rancor will enjoy it too.
Oh,
Anyways, thank you for your participation. I look forward to the entertainment. And kind of sits back and turns and walks out the door. And just as he gets back, he kind of stops for a second And he turns just oh so slightly, looking back at the three of you, and then looking over at the Trandoshan. I must bet on them. And then he walks out as the door shuts.
Am I suspended? Like, are my feet touching the ground?
Your feet is touching the ground, yeah.
Is there anything on the ground, like a rock or just any kind of object?
Not really, no.
Okay. Is it like just solid? Or
Yeah, pretty much. It's just solid. Mhm.
I am going to. I'm going to try. The only thing I have at my disposal is my saliva, so I'm going to attempt to wake up the guy, the lizard guy on the other wall.
You're going to spit across the wall.
Hey.
Okay.
I don't know if it gets there, but we'll see.
We're going to make the first roll of the game. Audience, so we are doing a little bit of a modification. We do Rule of Cool in our one shot. And we're putting the dice pool together. This is a narrative dice system, which is yes, no, and. So we work on that and working together to tell that story. So we've modified it a little bit on the dice, and you'll see 4 wonderful dice on the table. And we're going to basically simplify it a little bit. So in your spinning across the room, are you skilled in brawl or brawn? Or brawl, excuse me.
No, I don't think so. Oh no, my brawn's a 3, actually.
3?
Yep.
Okay. You have ranged light too, don't you? Very good light.
Yeah.
I would like, for entertainment, please roll the green, the yellow, and the purple together.
Wow.
And we are going to, the symbols on them, we're going to modify and, so, go for it. The dice pool is set. So we have a success, which is the star. We have an advantage. And we have 2 failures.
Oh.
So you fail to spit and hit him at the right spot, but you got something, that advantage. What are you thinking about that advantage? Did you miss? You missed him, but did you, or by spitting, what would happen?
Maybe I didn't hit him, but I hit like a shackle that he's attached to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if he needs to be released, it's going to be very, very easy.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to come back to Sadana.
All
Are
right.
you going to try to get your shackles undone again?
Yes, I am.
All right. And if I recall, what is your skills in your? So this would be a melee.
I have a 1.
Or yellow or green?
1 yellow,
Okay.
2 green.
Okay, 1 yellow and 2 green.
Yes.
Okay. Would you please roll the yellow, the green, and the purple, please? Oh, a success and 2 advantages. With another success. And 1 threat. So that is 1 success and 2 advantages. In this game, you only need 1 success to complete whatever you're doing. So as you lift back up, you were trying to you figured out what you need to do. And just as you're getting that, you hear this click. Yes! One of your shackles is undone, which being able to get over, and you're going to be able to unshackle your other self as well.
Okay, so I unshackle my other wrist, and I'm going to try doing what he was doing, and I'm going to try to wake up the lizard man.
Okay, the Trandoshan?
Yes.
Okay. While this is happening, what is Torek doing?
Remind me, I was able to sneak in a code cylinder.
You were able to break in a code cylinder, yes.
And what can I do with that?
Generally, that code cylinder is going to open doors.
Okay, yeah.
So, but you do, like I said, you do have a technical device, skullduggery, that you might be able to wiggle something.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll try to, are there any electronic components to these binders?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll try to fiddle with my wrist with some, any of the electronic components.
Okay.
Try to hotwire them.
What is your mechanical skill?
Is 2 yellows and 2 greens.
Okay. Roll just the purple. Okay, you succeeded. But this was very threatening. So you got 1, so you're gonna have, because you were so skilled at it, basically what we're doing is rolling what potentially negative aspects of it's going to happen. So this was stressful for you. You were like getting it, and then so you're going to take 1 strain. So even though it was a failure, you had so many successes that the failure you succeeded at doing, but that strain of that stress of like, did it work? No. Did it? Yep. I got it. I almost got it. Almost got it. Now you got it. So, all right. So as they're doing, watching your comrades or mates getting unshackled.
Remind me what the cool skill is.
Cool basically it's used for initiative, but it's also on card games as well as just kind of not being fearful.
I would like to use my coordination.
Okay.
So like as like a combined effort of my height and physical strength and lubricant.
Yep. That's exactly what coordination is used for too.
So what it's gonna look like is I'm going to like back my feet up on the wall, so like I'm standing horizontal and I'm like pushing my arms.
Okay.
Brilliant.
So wrong.
Alright.
Wow, I like this.
My intention is to push myself off the wall as hard as I can into the sleeping lizard. But he's 30 feet away, right?
He's about, I would say probably a good 20 feet, about 15, 20 feet away.
Okay, maybe that's not.
You're not going to be able to push yourself, but Sedana's is just about to wake this Trandoshan up.
I'm still going with my original plan.
Okay. What is your coordination?
It is yellow to green.
Ooh, yellow to green. Because one of the things we do is there's a light destiny pool that we hadn't talked about, but you can say, I want to really do something. It's kind of like an inspiration. And there's light side and dark side. So in the game, if there's something that you want to really like call, like I want good luck to happen, let me know and we'll kind of upgrade that. But on the downside, on the other side, the dark side, as an evil GM, I can make things really, really hard. So based off your skills, all I want you to do is roll the red dice. Because you're going to succeed, but I want to see how bad potential. Because there's 2 things. On the yellow, there's a critical success, which is called a triumph. And on the red, there is a critical failure called a despair.
Oh.
So, I'm not hoping for the despair. Okay, that is a threat. This was very, very stressful. You take a strain, but as you're getting the momentum and you're walking up, you break the chains. Now, and you launch yourself. And as you're launching, Sedana, you see him launching towards you,
I'm just like,
but not getting as close as he would like.
Oh my god. I didn't know Duncan could fly.
we have many talents.
So, this Trandoshan and the box, this long rectangular box, because they had to get it through the door, has kind of sitting relatively next to you as you're getting close to the Trandoshan.
How big is the box?
I would say the box is a good 10 feet long by probably maybe 4 feet. Maybe
It's a big box.
8 feet, 8 to 10 feet. You know, it's a decent long box, a crate, little metal, little wood. It's got that one in the middle of that long side. There's the bars or the window, so to speak, and it's dark inside. And as you get close to the box in the Trandoshan, how do you want to wake this Trandoshan up?
I'm gonna kick him in the knee.
Oh.
Okay. Kick him in the knee.
Alright. Stardana walks up to the Trandoshan and sees he's so like, unconscious. She lifts her foot, not the one with the dagger in it. It's not gonna stab him. She lifts it and she swings it back and just kicks him right in the knee. Because you know that should be like
So
You up?
as he kicks in the knee, he's kind of like, and starting to wake up a little bit. The box moves
Oh
suddenly,
my god.
and he's kind of opening up his eyes, and he kind of looks down at you as he's, you know, a good 6-something, and just kind of goes, and then looks over.
Why did you kick him, Sardana?
What was I supposed to do? He was like shaking awake or something.
Yeah, like a normal person.
Person, no. He's like, what if I shake him up and he's got like sleep paralysis or something? He starts screaming.
What if you kick him in the knee and he's got sleep paralysis or something?
That's a good point.
Hi.
Yeah. You've got something to say.
Why are you looking at me stuff for? I don't speak this language.
You flung a little saliva on me earlier, so I feel like we're close enough now.
Believe me, we are not friends.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't gonna say we were friends. I was gonna say, how did you get up in here, and do you want to help us escape?
Yes.
Okay.
It is in our mutual interests.
See.
Okay. That's
I
good.
do see.
Yes.
My eyes work just fine.
Huh?
It's very nice, this one. So pleasant.
Mhm.
You. Point at the wizard guy.
And he's looking at you like this.
Can you sir understand me?
I'm not stupid.
Well, good. We are trying to get out of here. We are trying to determine if you are friend or foe. We, sir, would also like to leave.
What are you in here for?
I volunteered.
Perhaps we shall leave him.
That's probably a good
Are you
idea.
sure you're not stupid?
Pray.
Oh, wow. Okay. Slurs already.
And then the box moves a little bit more.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? And you can tell that there are 2 objects moving in the box because there's 2 things, or at least one potentially long thing. So there's different movements at different ends of the box slightly, and they're kind of moving.
So I'm gonna come up to him and I go, okay, Mr. Volunteer. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to open this box and leave you chained to the wall when we leave this room, or you sir gonna help us.
Ooh. Charm, coercion, or negotiation? What would you like to roll? It's sounding almost, was that a threat? Was it a charm?
Oh, that is absolutely a threat.
That's coercion. What is your coercion?
Too green.
Okay. As he says that, the 2 of you, is there anything else you would like to add?
I'd love to look a little closer at the box and see if there's any identifying markings or anything that would let me know what might be inside.
Unfortunately, don't need to roll. As you're looking at the box, it's like I said, a metal wooden box. It's got the 2 things. There's no identifying marks except the dangerous creature written on top. But as you're getting a little bit closer too, it's very dark inside. And even like I said, there's a little bit of a panel, so there's some air coming in. But again, there's just, as you get a little bit closer, you almost hear this coming from inside the box.
Well, it's a creature, all right.
Well, what else would be in a box?
I can put a lot of things in boxes, Sardana.
Yeah, but it's breathing. What kind of a breathing thing would be in a box?
Oh, I didn't know you meant breathe.
A Tyrillian snake.
Oh, is there a list of them?
Let's see. Well, it's too big, too small for a rancor. Although we're gonna be fed to a rancor.
I was hearing about that.
Yes, you so sound excited about that.
Well, it is a game actually. Slug games is the ultimate game. Pin the tail of the rancor.
Yeah.
The glory of winning that will bring me points.
Oh, points are great, but
it's locked. It's shut. It's potentially locked, but
Oh, I happen to have in my little Shrek here, I pull out a code cylinder and say, I'm gonna go fiddle with the door a little bit.
Oh. Oh, I don't have any much stuff. Never mind. Do that. Yeah, so, good luck. Have fun.
I'm going to follow my teammate
Okay.
to the door.
so you go up to the door. You're going to try to open it while they're doing that, or are you going to try to open the box
No.
with the threat that you had?
But I am going to. Okay, the box, does it look like it's solid? Like if I were to
It's-
grab it and move it, I can do that.
Yes, it's all one piece and solid. It's going to be relatively heavy, but you could probably move it, with a good effort, you might be able to move it.
So he has decided not to help. So I'm going to drag the box towards the door.
Okay.
How can I manage a way to have it like we open the door, I open the crate, and we shut the door?
It's very being able to, you don't have to get it too close, so
Yeah.
like with opening the door and then you open the crate, run out, and then you can shut the door, and someone else can shut the door, that's not a problem at all.
That's me.
Okay, so as you're prepping this, the Trandoshan is just kind of watching you, going, just kind of enjoying, and you almost get this sense of like he's interested in what's in the box, and he's like, looking for a good fight, because he's there for the ultimate prey versus predator. And as you're setting up, I'm going to need a roll to be able to see if you are able to open the door. And you're assisting with this?
I'm actually going to try and charm the Trandoshan one more time.
Okay.
Try and get him out before he meets a very bloody death.
Okay. What are you saying to the Trandoshan?
I'm gonna use my skills and charm. I'm gonna walk up to him and go, well, don't you think that outside of here would be a much bigger battle, going through a hut ship, fighting all the guards, anyone who comes near us? You don't want to meet your end to this little creature in a cage. That'd be so embarrassing for you.
Yeah.
Awful way to die.
That's the real game.
Yeah, this is the whole game. This is part of it. Who survives the room, and you'd be the first one to die.
Nice.
And I be happy to do
What is your charm
My
skill?
charm is 2 yellow, 1 green.
All right. We're going to go roll the yellow, the green, and the purple, please. Let's see what happens. 2 successes and an advantage. Awesome. A success, so we're looking at a good, with 2 failures. So it's only 1 success and 1 advantage, which still you succeed. And as a quiet, suddenly he gets quiet for a second. That would be more rewarding, wouldn't it? The prize of leaving a hot ship, the renown. You, I think, have convinced me that this is good.
My ears droop.
As he looks at the binder and some spit. Who can help me?
Just give me a minute on this for a second, all right.
So you're working on the door?
Yep.
And mechanics, skullduggery. What do you have better?
Mechanics, I have 2 green and 2 yellow.
2 green, 2 yellow.
And
Give me just roll a purple.
Skullduggery is 2 green.
Give me just roll a purple. Let's see what you got in the purple. Threat. Again, you succeeded doing this, being able, but if you take a strain, because the stress of like, wait a minute, the wire, yep, you got it, and it just, and it opens up. And as the door opens up, you kind of poke your head out, and you see a hallway. You are, where did we say that you were going to be? You are right here, in that room right there. Now, you know that room is where your stuff is.
Oh, right.
And the hallway is right across where, pretty much where your And you remember, as you kind of look out down the hallway, there's a series of doors and some rooms. No one's in the hallway right now that you can hear.
Sardana, why don't you let him loose? I'm gonna grab my stuff.
I mean, alright. And I use my boot dagger again to kind of like, what? Yeah, on one of his little shackles. The one with the spit. Make it easy.
So you do this handstand. I envision a handstand coming up with the leg coming, going, and doing one of these over the head. Yeah, just a kind of coordination. And suddenly breaks. He's like, and then the box moves again. And you hear some more sniffing. And then he undoes the other shock and he's like, and he looks at the box. Another time. What would you like to do?
I say that at exactly the same time too.
And as you are walking, how do you want? You're standing there, the door's open.
Yeah, I'm gonna run across to the room where my stuff is.
So you hold the door. The rest of you kind of coming out as well. Just as you start, you hear zub zub, zub zub, and furry hands, small hands, come out and grab the bars as the door shuts.
Behind us?
Yeah, your cell door shuts as you're moving into everyone moves into the hallway. And you hear zub zub, zub zub. And you could have sworn you saw a miniature Wookiee in the box. This is called trauma. What would you like to do?
Cry?
There's dangerous creatures in the box. It's up to you what you would like to do. You're in the hallway.
They gotta get my stuff. You know how much I love my stuff. Sardana, let me get my stuff!
Okay, you guys go get your stuff, and can I try?
You can try to open up the door, yes? Give me a roll, please.
What am I rolling?
So what is your skullduggery?
My skullduggery is 2 green.
A green versus a red.
This is life and death for you, little one.
Because the creatures inside the box are evil, aren't they? No. They just eat things. And a red?
You activated the incinerator.
That Wow. The door doesn't open all the way. It only opens just a little bit. You're gonna have to do a lot, like just break down the door to get these out if you want.
Can I use my claws to just start scratching at the
Yes, you can.
I want these things.
And this would be one of those incentive light size that you want this door open. You keep clawing as you're opening up the other doors. She's just clawing at the doors, and eventually, it opens. You get it open. And then Trandoshan's standing behind you, going,
We sir don't have time for this.
Misa thinking you so stupid.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not cool.
The beast is of no concern. We are leaving.
Can I do like a really cool like somersault, backspring, handstand, and like to the box?
mm-hmm,
Just like just for speed.
mm-hmm.
Okay, then I do that.
Yep, boom, boom, boom. You're on top of the box.
Okay, so question is, do I open the box or just lug it around?
Lugging it around is too heavy for you. You'd need like multiple people out of everyone to be able to, and it would be
No, it's
very,
good
very
for me.
loud.
Okay, this is the only weapon I have. Oh, wait, no, just my claws. Can I use my claws to open
Okay.
the box?
While this is happening, the two of you are at the door. You pull out your cylinder, and it's the cylinder open up the door for the storage area. And as this is happening, you open up. The storeroom is there with all your weapons lined up on the tables, all your gear, with additional stuff and things of that nature.
Oh, stuff! I missed you!
I push you out of the way. My babies.
You're grabbing the babies.
At last, Lisa arms are complete.
The Trandoshan grabs a big rifle. And as you get all your gear, there's a little other pile of gear for someone else, and as you're getting it, you step out of the room, and you see her just clawing at this box, not getting anywhere.
Is there like a padlock?
Not really, no, but there's probably a security device on top. Or it's not necessarily a padlock, but there's a locking system that you would need to, yes.
So I just think
And as you're on top of it clawing, suddenly this bolt just comes in at the top, right next to you, very accurately hits, and suddenly you hear this click, click, and the box just kind of...
take your pet head coon.
Yay! Oh, thank you!
And as the box opens up, you look inside, and you see two small, they look like baby Wookiees. But they're not baby Wookiees.
Oh, great!
They've got a little bit of, they look like them, but they're a different creature. They're more native, and they're going zub zub, zub 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 zub, zub zub. They could be, you've heard rumors of these savages, of, someone called them an Ewok? That have been known to eat things, sentient things.
I have my second blaster aimed on them.
And for whatever reason, as you open up, you see the name Dave and Bob. Dave and Bob the Ewok. Check out Shadowport Adventures, continually backlog for who Bob and Dave is. And they kind of look up as you go, zup, 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 zup.
I don't know what that means.
Are you gonna adopt another pet, Sardana?
Yes!
Okay.
Can I, pick them up?
And they just start smelling you.
Don't eat me.
Well, this is happening. Where are the two of you?
I'm in the storm. I've just found my little ferret droid, LT3,
Okay.
and I'm so happy to see her. She's curled up on my shoulder.
Crawls up and gets everything, and just kind of doing, it's like...
I know, we'll get you an oil bath later. Okay, well, we won't get you an oil bath later then. Okay, fine. Yes, fine.
Like, Ortiz.
Yes, here, just have a little. Oh, this is, you remember Sardana, of course, yeah, and this is,
I am Blambo.
Blambo, of course.
As he's pointing to the Trandoshan.
This here is,
What are you so called?
Audience, what name shall we call this Trandoshan?
Reptar.
Reptar! Reptar the Trandoshan. He's like, Reptar.
and this is Reptar. Okay, are we good? Okay, there's two little Ewoks named Dave and Bob. Yeah, I don't know. There's some little creature. They seem to have a lot going on.
Kneel down, or crouch down in front of the Ewoks. You make one false move. You take one step out of line. I just kind of flip around.
They kind of look, zup, 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 zup. Zup, zup.
They're just little babies.
And there's certain saliva developing on Bob. He just kind of licks his lips a little bit. As he looks at the Gungan.
let them do their own thing, and we'll get out of here on our own because they seem to have a very established culture. They're not somebody's pets.
Yeah, so they wouldn't be pets, so we should set them free.
Right, sure. Let's set them free, but I don't think they should come with us.
I'm coming with us, and I might pick them up.
All right.
One of them kind of freaks out for a second, goes, "Zup, zup, 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 zup." Zup, zup, zup. And then goes, and this creepy smile comes up. Zub, zub.
Oh no. I'm choosing to ignore that. I'm just gonna walk towards the storage room with my
What would you
DD.
like to do? You walk towards you. You're all in the hallway now. After about a minute or two, they're kind of like wanting to get down, and they're kind of following you. And that the Trandoshan's got, he's got this large blaster rifle. He's like,
Do I see any computers I can slice into?
not in here, no.
Okay.
So we are in this hallway.
Yep, you're in that
So
hallway.
storage.
Mm-hmm. As you're in the hallway, anything you'd like to do?
Are there other prisoners?
No, not that you know of.
Well, let's pick a direction. Here, Bob, you decide.
Zub, zub. And you get the spot, you know, zub, zub, zub. And zub, zub. No, no, zub, zub, zub. No, zub, zub.
Left or right?
Right, so.
All right, what he said, let's turn right.
So, our three wonderful characters with the Trandoshan and two small Ewoks walk down the hallway.
Maybe you should go in front, Lambo.
I am keeping an eye on the fuzzy invaders.
Okay.
You go first.
I'm more of a backline kind of guy.
I put my gun in the back of your
All right, yeah, that's fine. And I do at least have a little light blaster in there. Oops.
Yep. So, you said you're going, which way?
Right.
Right, so you're going down the hallway, and it's basically, like I said, there's a series of doors. Who knows what the rooms and things of that nature. And it comes down to another hallway and takes a left. You know that that is another door that gets into the hallway into the main area. The key to help you too is this red part is an elevator. It is a very large elevator. You do remember being brought up. And that elevator goes all the way up and generally goes all the way down through the entire ship.
And would I have an idea of what the ship was like organized like? Would I know this kind of ship?
You briefly, so you know that you're kind of on the second level of the ship. You go down the bottom level, the lower level is pretty much the hangar and cargo bays. And then this particular elevator might go down, and then the elevator goes up to a large reception area potentially and cockpit.
Should we try to steal a ship and get out of here?
I think that's a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Dave, Bob? Okay. We're on agreement.
So as you open the first door into the hallway, and right before you get to the main hallway in front of the elevator, you open the second door. As you look where the big elevator doors are, suddenly two droids look at you. That's what we're going to roll initiative. So, how initiative works, so what is your vigilance on your character sheets?
So one yellow, one green.
One yellow, one green. Okay, one yellow, one green.
Same.
So each of you roll one yellow and one green, and then for every success is a 1, and for every advantage, it's a 0.1. Yes?
I would also use my rapid reaction.
Okay, so you're going to get an automatic success on that as well. So, success and advantage, so it's 1.1 plus 1. So it's going to be a 2.1. Ooh, 2 successes plus 2. So that's a 4.1. Yes, I'm going first. And then you get to roll 2.
So green and yellow, and then I suffer a strain, and
You get 1 automatic success. So we're going to add 1 success to whatever you roll. And that is 2 advantage, so it's 0.2 with success and 2. So that is going to be a 2.4. All right, that is good. So, because 2 successes and 1.1. So 2.0 and 1.1. All right. How, for those of you that don't know and familiar with Star Wars Edge of the Empire initiative system, it's very different in the narrative system. It's very different from most D&D games, Pathfinder, while everyone's order is in. Here it's player slots or NPC slots. The players get to decide, talking amongst themselves and collaborating together, who would take what slot. So right now you have 3 PC slots, then there's going to be NPC slots, which I get to take. But you get to decide, and for each round actually lasts 1 minute. So even though you're rolling once and you're for a shooting, you're actually probably shooting multiple times during that particular 1 minute round. The other thing is each round changes. So the order who started first in that slot doesn't have to be the same person in round 2. You get to decide again who wants to go first. Because if you are shooting someone and you have someone in melee basically trying to hit them or stab them, you might shoot your own person. So you might want the person shooting ranges first and then the person getting up close at the end of the round. Starting the next round, the person who's up close gets to do their action, moves out of the way, and then the rest of them shoot. So you kind of make sure that you work together telling that storyline. So how it's working, because you rolled so well, the first 3 of you, all 3 of you get your PC slots. So, and then it's going to be an NPC slot if they last. So who would like to go first? You're up in front.
Yeah, I would like to go first, if that's okay.
I think that makes the most
Yeah.
sense.
I can get a shot off before they do like a shield or something.
Okay. So the thing that you see is these 2 droids turn their heads. They're very similar to B1 battle droid for the head, kind of the upper. One of the arms has this large blaster rifle kind of embedded into it.
Or you mean like the Roger type droid?
Kind of Roger, but the top of the face. But the second on the other arm, there's this large vibro sword. And the body is actually snake-like. So it actually looks like a hut. And you recognize these as our hut security droids.
So upon seeing the droid face, because Blambo is a veteran of the original Clone War, so he sees that and you see heads. And so I'm just immediately just into the same one. I'm going to try to fire 2 shots.
Okay.
Ooh, thanks, Aaron.
So how we're going to modify it, so you have 3 yellow on your skills to be able to shoot this, correct?
For range light, correct?
Range, okay.
Yeah.
We're going to modify it a little bit so that you're going to roll the green, the yellow, and a purple. And the only reason we're going to look at to see is if you're able to get that second shot off. So you're going to hit for sure on the first one. This is to see, and you needed several advantages. You need at least 1 advantage to be able to get that second shot off because you have your paired weapons.
Okay.
So right now that's 1 success and 1 advantage. That's good. That's 1 success and 1 threat. So you got the first shot off, but that second shot didn't do as well as you wanted. But that first shot landed really, really well. What your weapon damage is, if I recall, 5?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a heavy blaster pistol. Does it have pierce on it?
I have Pierce 4.
That's right.
Accurate 1, Pierce 4.
That's right. Yeah. Describe how you put a hole in this through this thing.
So, like, we come out and then I see it in. So since I have a quick draw ability, so it is almost instinctual. So as soon as I see it come around the corner, I just wow. And there's like a hole like this big, like right in its head.
And it just kind of drops right in front of the door, and the second one just kind of sitting there. Okay.
Yeah, I take the other one and I spin it around and I point at the other one too.
Okay. Who would like the next player slot?
Well, I could shoot him, I could stab him, or I could throw a grenade.
I could shoot him or claw him, so.
Why don't we do? Hey, Sardana, let's do the classic Sardana Corex combo where we both go up and stab him.
Look at that.
Classic.
Oh, this isn't gonna go bad. I love it. Anyways, who would like to go first?
All right.
I'll go first.
So you're gonna run up, Okay, and so your brawl,
Yes.
and what is your skill level in brawl?
My brawl is 2 yellow, 1 green.
Okay, and so we're gonna roll the we're gonna roll the yellow and the green and the purple, and we're gonna see how bad you're gonna hit based off of. We're gonna modify the yellow, so we're gonna whatever the yellow roll, you're gonna times it by 2, just to make sure. But yeah, roll those 3 to see how successful and how much damage you're gonna do to this thing.
I also get +1 point in damage.
That's right. So we're gonna add 1 more point to this as well. So 2 advantages, a threat, and then the green is 2 successes. So it's gonna be 3 successes and 1 advantage. So yeah, you did and you do 4 points of damage with the cause, I think?
Yes, I do.
So yeah, you came in and 4 points of damage and that, but I believe you have a coordination, you have a talent for your coordination, that if you do, if you can spend a point, you can do more damage based off your coordination skills.
Yes, that is my precision strike.
Yeah, precision strike. So what is your coordination skill at?
2 yellow, 1 green.
Okay, so that does 2 more points of damage. So we're looking at probably about, let's see, so that's 3, that's 5. We're looking at about 9 points of damage. But going through the thing, you just claw into this thing and just rank and just smack it. It's barely functioning, but it's still there. Which brings up.
I'm not very good at this, you know that.
I know, it's so fun.
I'll vibro knife from, I'll slide over and try to vibro knife him in the neck or something.
Okay, and what is your
2 green.
2 green?
Yeah.
Ooh, 2 green and a purple, please. Actually, hold on. We're not gonna. The light side. Would you like to call upon that token? So roll the yellow and the 2 and 1 purple.
Yellow and purple and 2 green?
Nope, just yellow and purple.
That's got
Okay, so it's a success. You hit him, and what is your melee damage on that?
3.
3, so +1. So you did 4 points of damage to it. It goes through its armor a little bit, and as you stab it right into the side, it's starting to move a little bit, and then as it takes down, as the Trandoshan doesn't want to be outdone.
Oh my god.
Oops. Okay, he didn't shoot you. But as the droid is falling, suddenly this large blaster carbine blows its head off as you were just standing right next to it. I just don't want to get left out. What would you like to do now? You have 2 dismantled droids in front of the elevator, and you see the 2 furry creatures kind of looking and going, zub zub.
The first thing I'm going to do is double tap the one that I killed.
Okay. Don't mind the GM.
Oh, no. Be careful, man. You're about an inch and a half away from the motivator. Pull his place up.
What would you like to do now?
Let's look for that turbo lift.
It's right. You're right in front of the door.
And is there a computer for me?
There's a door right up. You just have to hit the panel and open up the door.
Well, is there a computer for me to slice into? Because I'd like to find a little more out about this ship if I can. I just want to get a map.
Yeah, sure. There in the hallway. There's one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'd love to slice in and just get a map of the place and where like security might be.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to reach into my smuggler's code, and I'm going to grab my, what's it called? I have a thing. I have a data spike.
Okay.
So would this be applicable?
Yeah,
to
very much so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm going to take out this like data spike from my jacket. I'm going to stab it into the computer, and it's going to like get these like little metal legs and like into the computer. And so I
Oh.
fit.
Thank you, actually. That really helps.
So you,
remember this.
That actually helps. No, that's very good. I mean, that helps. Thank you.
so yeah, you're gonna get the information. You can actually get a readout of the ship itself. You know, you're on the second floor. Right below you is where the cargo is. There's potentially 3 ships in the cargo bay, or excuse me, in the hangar, right next to the cargo bay, which has your escape pods as well. And then above you is the main. For security guards and things of that nature, you know that there's probably some here, but they're not registering on the information. But you do notice one thing. One of the red lights going bing, 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 bing.
Where is that coming from?
It's indicating that the door to the prison break has been damaged, and the security teams have been alerted.
Oh, folks, we now have to hurry. Let's go get down to the hangar.
It's a good idea. Let's go.
Yes, I agree with you, yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
I'm not close to surviving.
And the Trandoshan hits the door button as he's looking at you like, door.
Thank you, Reptile.
And as the door opens, you hear this thud, thud, flapping of wings, thud, flapping of wings. And there is a Tadorian, the long nose, flapping of the wings, very nice outfit. Watto from there. And you see this red-cheeked, and he's just kind of flying as he's just bouncing off the walls as if intoxicated and drunk. Just going dunk, dunk. As he's kind of looking away from you, turned back. He's not looking at you right now.
Hello, good day to you, sir. Just walk by,
And he's kind of flying. He just turns around. He's kind of looking at you like, what's it?
Click.
And he's just kind of looking at you a little bit and just kind of back. Shoot him.
I'm shooting.
Shoot him.
Can this be like the opposite of the light side? Can this be like a dark side?
No, how well do you want to shoot him?
I'm taking advantage that he is...
Are you stunning him, shooting him, or are you just wanting to take him out?
Well, no, I'm shooting him to kill him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me 1 yellow. Describe to me where you just shoot him center mass, he flies against the wall and falls on the ground.
Right into the chest.
Yep.
Well, that was unnecessary.
Moving on.
I covered Dave and Bob's eyes.
They're kind of looking like, zub zub. And they're kind of looking over it, like moving towards it, going, zub zub. And the licking the lips a little bit.
So I'm going to go in front of them. And I'm going to...
Yes, I am destroying the Ewok lividness because they are savage.
So I'm going to pick him up by like a leg and just toss him back in the hallway. And I was going to go
As you chuck him out the door, suddenly something falls out of his jacket pocket going twing, 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 twing.
I would like to run after it.
It's a chip. It's a data chip. And then you realize this has got some good, potentially some good information on it.
Okay, yeah. Do I kind of like plug it into my wrist
Yeah.
or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do we got?
It has all the information of the slug games, the participants, the games this year, who's going to be potentially bringing in competitors. This is very valuable information for any hut to know ahead of time, to prepare for. And then you dawn on you, you just killed the thief who stole it.
Oh.
You so welcome.
Yeah, sure. Good for us, right?
Yes.
or we could blackmail Morgul by having him. Although first thing first, I think let's find a deck ship. Come on, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
So you're standing, the three of you were standing in the hallway or in the elevator? Because you were in the elevator and you chucked them out, right?
Yeah.
And you,
I am standing in the elevator.
you're in the elevator.
I'm also in the elevator.
You're in the elevator with the Ewok creatures looking at keeping them away from the
Yeah.
the
Go
corner.
back toward the elevator once I pick up the ship.
Okay. The Trandoshan, his hand was just over the door as you're running back. And just waits until you get in and then shuts the door.
Right, irrelevant, Reptar.
More cannon fodder.
I like how you speak.
It stresses me out. The way you guys think, it stresses me out.
You've got baby.
How slow is this elevator?
And as you're starting to descend down, because you're going into the cargo bay area that you want, as you come down into the cargo bay, it opens up to a large cargo bay. And as you look, there are not one, not two, but there are 3 different ships parked in this hangar. And this is another opportunity that the GM enjoys because audience participation. I need 3 Star Wars ships. Who can give me 3 different ships? Like a type of ship that they're familiar with.
The X-Wing?
There's an X-Wing in there. What other? Next? Anyone up? We got 2 more to go.
The Star Destroyer.
Well, it's a little big, so to be able to fit in that small space. Probably like the size of a Millennium Falcon type ship or something about that freighter size or smaller to be able to fit this many.
Whatever Boba flies.
That is a fire spray. So yes, this fire spray patrol ship is in here as well. So I need 1 more ship. Who can think of a ship to add?
The reflective ship they fly in episode 1.
Naboo Starfighter.
The Naboo Starfighter. The Nubian 1.
I start immediately walking towards the Naboo. It's like, Lisa saved. Lisa saved.
The fire spray will be a much better idea.
No,
It's got
Lisa saved.
So as the doors open, the Gungan sees the shininess of the long ship. You see the fire spray as someone kind of moves, the Trandoshan moves towards that as well as looking at it. In the back, there is that X-Wing kind of sitting there just being small next to these 2 kind of ships in a way. And that's when you hear the as you see several droids activate. What would you like to do?
I would like to throw an ion grenade at several droids.
They're all around the hangars, like in multiple
just
locations.
everywhere.
So you're going to throw a grenade at least one of them. But where are you going to run? There's 3 ships. Are you going to run to a ship?
Let me discuss LT. You like the shiny one? Okay, we're taking the shiny one.
So everyone's running for the shiny one?
Oh yeah.
How fast are you going to run? Which brings us, so the speed, there's no speed on here, but the question is, are you full board running, or are you shooting as you're running?
Oh,
I would like to reserve the option to shoot.
Same. Yeah.
I would like to full board run, but just toss the grenade
That-
mindlessly behind me.
Okay. Thank you so much for that description. Oh, no, that's bad. So, as you're all running for your locations, and you're running for this ship, it's going to take you 2 rounds to be able to get to the ship. Lucky for you, the ship was maybe docked, open, so you can actually run in on it if you wanted to. But the droids from all over the location are kind of moving towards you. So as you're running, they're going to get a little, suddenly blaster fire starts coming at you. So, as you are full board running, actually, roll your, what's your light, range light?
Range light is yellow to green.
Roll those, please. Actually, add that one more. Oh, wait. Okay. You successfully, one of the groups of droids, you throw that ion, bounces a little bit, and you take out one or two of them at the time. So you're going to be able to do that. You're running. Are you going to shoot?
Yes.
All right. Let's see what you get. Threat. Success. Success and advantage. So you're able to get one of them. Yeah, you take one of them out, no problem, as you're running and being able to get you. How about you?
I'm also turning around to shoot.
All right. And what's your range light?
My range, I'm using my range heavy.
Or range heavy?
One yellow, two green.
There you go. Roll this. See what you get. So we have success and advantage. Threat. Oh. Two success and advantage. Yeah, you blast two of them as you're running. That carbine just goes through one of them and gets to the second one. Reptor walks like Clint Eastwood.
Oh my god.
Of course, the DM cannot roll on the table. And he's just slowly walking at a nice pace. Someone comes up and just keeps walking. As the Ewoks, or furry guys are going zip, zip, zip. And their little legs are just running, as they're just kind of running like this, following you, looking at going, zip, zip. Next round, as you're running up the landing gear. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. I have to shoot at you.
No!
So, first one, we have two successes, two, yes. You suddenly get blasted by a ricochet shot. It doesn't soak into your armor too much, but it stings very, very badly. Just a success and an advantage. And, misses. Shots just go left and right off you, dodging it left. That acrobatics as you're, moving away, getting that shot off, jumping around. Last on you. Oh, yeah. Ow! In the back. You just got blasted with the back. Goes through the armor. You're taking some damage, but you're alive. The Trandoshan. The Trandoshan got blasted by one as one of them comes up with the blade and slices his hand off.
Oh! Reptar, no!
Reptar just got his hand taken off. And now is just engaged in just tearing this thing apart. He's getting torn apart. And he's a little ways away. As you're running up the ship, what would you like to do?
Save Reptar!
Sorry, Reptar!
Our friend, we leave him.
Can I at least
He seems to be enjoying this.
Reptar, do you know how to fly this thing?
And he's biting into something. He's like, no!
Can I at least shoot a few of them to help them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're standing there. Go ahead and roll your.
Can I be closing the door?
After she shoots it, and the Ewoks are running up the. Yeah.
Yeah, let my babies go first.
Ooh, success, 4 advantage, and 2. So yeah, so 2 advantage. Yeah, you blast them pretty well, and one of the droids gets blasted and So like instead of 3, now there's like 2 of them, and he just rips one off, and he's just making his way towards the ship. But you are all, it's gonna take him another round before you can get there.
Oh my god.
So do you wait?
Okay, yeah. So, is there like a door button?
Yeah, there's a door button, and there's more coming in from the, more.
So, I've got one pistol aimed at them, one on the wall, and I'm gonna give him 1 round to get it.
I'm gonna run to the cockpit and try to start activating.
You're gonna run to the cockpit, you're gonna start activate, yep. How about you?
I'm shooting more of them.
You're gonna shoot more of them to kind of get him down? All right, give me the roll for the shot. Are you gonna shoot any of them while you're waiting there?
No.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
2 advantage, 2 successes, and we'll go with the threat there. So yeah, you blast another robot as he's kind of making his way. Of course, he's going to be. Oh, he blasts one too, just heavy carbine. His arms just. He's kind of using the stump and just blasts one as it's getting a little bit closer. And then there's a blast comes towards you as you're standing there. Oh, and misses as blasters just kind of flying. But because of the blast right next to you, shards kind of get in there, you drop your weapon. And it boink, 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 and slides down.
It's a nice sister energy bow.
Oh yeah, you forgot to mention that. It is an energy bow. You could run down and grab it,
Shit.
but then you won't be able to shoot this next round.
Can the Ewoks use it?
No, they're in the ship. As you hear the engines start to.
So I'll shout over the engines. Reptar, grab her weapon and get on here, or we're gonna leave your ass.
As Reptar is moving towards the door, more droids start blasting him. He gets shot once more. And finally, as he gets close to you, the sword goes through the back of him, up through the front. As he grabs the energy bow, drops his weapon, and flicks it towards you. And as the door's opening, and slides down in front of you. As your energy bow slides to your feet, as the door shuts.
Well, I say that was quite successful.
What are the weapons on this ship?
You shall see the wonders of Nabooian technology. We used to have it figured out.
Cover the ship PA. Just FYI, this is a pleasure yacht, so there are no weapons on this thing.
Are my babies okay?
As you look over, getting like, suddenly you see them going to cabinets, opening up cabinet doors, just throwing stuff out. They're just going, zub, 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 and one grabs something, tastes it, and starts chawing on. They're just going through, things are just going all over the place, looking for food and everything else,
Yay!
and making a mess.
Good.
So the 3 of you go into the cockpit. And as you're sitting there, engines are ready.
Can you fly?
Piloting space is the skill that you're looking for.
3 green.
I also have 3 green.
Where's piloting space? I also have 3 green.
So, as the 3 of you are sitting there in the cockpit, one pilot, one co-pilot, one gunner. There's a gunner in there. As you're sitting there looking at it, it dawns on you. The gate shut. The hangar door shut.
Are there weapons on this ship?
There is a weapon on the ship, yes. There's a forward gun.
Could LT make it?
LT would have to go outside.
You got this, girl? Don't worry, I got copies of your memory module, so it's fine. You're fine, little girl. You got it. Go do it. Go do it. Well, unless you want to send Dave and Bob, but I don't think they know how to.
Thumbs up.
I mean, yeah, go send it.
So, sneaking out one of the tops, flying, running across, jumping towards. Let's see how stealthy he is.
She is.
Or she is. Yeah, we're going to do a yellow. We're going to do a green. It's two advantages with a success. With 2 failures. And yeah. Gets seen. Starts to get blasted at. They miss, though, as he gets to the door panel, jumps. Actually, please give me a red, a yellow, and a green. With the agility and performance of running his little legs, mechanical legs, dodging and bouncing off of things, gets to the main panel door, slams on it, hits the door, as the big stores open up of the hangar.
Where'd he go? Get back!
As he starts running back and looking at trying to, are you flying the ship out since he's right there?
Yeah, I'll try to. I'll start flying. I guess who wants to fly?
Who's the pilot and who is?
Yeah, I'm gonna run back to the. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna run back to the ramp and open it.
I imagine
You know he could probably just jump on.
Oh, and he can attach it. He doesn't need to be there.
Exactly. So who's gonna fly?
I imagine my pride is forcing me to fly this.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be co-pilot? And who's gonna be gunner?
I want to be the gunner.
You're the gunner. So as you were starting to fly out, let's see if he can attach himself or not.
Just take it easy, all right?
As you start to get flying, 1 success and 2 failure. So as you fail, as you start to go off, you scrape the ship along the hangar as it smacks. And just as he attaches, the bump drops him and bounces as he's falling. But with the last ditch effort, because you were smart enough to put a tow cable in his materials. Let's see.
Last ditch, operation last ditch, you got it!
And you see, as the cord shooting to the bottom, attaching as the ship reaches out, and the small little device attached to the salute also goes out into space.
Never doubted you for a second.
And as you are flying out, where do you want to go?
Misa didn't think this far.
I pull up a nav computer. The closest hyperspace route is. Don't mind the GM.
Suddenly, as you're talking, suddenly the explosions start happening next to you as your ship just got shot because the Hut ship is now firing at you.
Oh, yeah.
And smack! What would you like to do?
Maneuver out of the way.
Yeah, can I adjust shields to the rear deflectors?
Yep, and you were putting in an astrogation into it.
Uh-huh.
Roll one green and 1 purple, please.
I have 4 greens for astrogation.
Yep. Here we go. Yep. Okay, so it's going to take you a while to kind of plot this in and things of that nature. Maneuvering, flying. Are you going to just get away from it, or are you going to turn around and do something?
I would like to ideally put Sardana in a position where she has
Okay, so you come back a little bit to be able to get a good shot on it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I just try to like.
Not a problem.
Um,
just roll a red for me, please.
a red?
Just a red.
Oh boy.
Just a red.
Please.
Yeah, you're pretty successful at it. It's a little bit choppy, but not too bad.
Yeah.
Because of that, your shot. You like to use the gunnery.
Yes.
What is your gunnery skill?
3 green.
Please roll a green and a red. Because although he was able to maneuver you into a good shot, they lined him up. They lined you up.
I'm gonna get us blown up, sorry.
2 successes and an advantage,
Or not.
and 2 threat. So yes, you were taking stress, but you line up a good shot, and and be able to you sink that shot right into the carrier or the hut ship.
I shout, "This is for Reptar!"
What would you like to do now? As you're flying, you make that streak. It's going to take another round to get the calculations.
I would like to do some sort of dodge maneuver
Okay.
to like, as in like a barrel roll. type
Okay.
of
Oh
maneuver.
god.
Green and a red. Actually, yes, a green and a red. Threat and a failure and 2 advantages. So yeah, you're doing that barrel roll, but it's not as successful as you thought. It's like, is it working? You think it's working. It may not be working. Actually, that's exactly what's happening. You're hearing some thuds like bonk, bonk, some crates falling off.
Hold on tight out there.
And you hear this clink, clink, clink as this tow cable and this little droid is being zoomed around as it's inching itself closer and closer to the hull. Are you going to take another shot?
Yeah.
A green and a purple, please. Unless you would like to drop on the luck of the light side and upgrade that to a yellow.
We're going for it.
Oh, 2 advantage? And a failure. Yeah, your shots just are not hitting what you think they're going to be hitting and stuff like that. You're getting the shield. You said you were getting the shields up?
I was gonna move. It's a little selfish, but I do want to put the rear deflector shields on
Yep.
high so that I'll.
So in front, you're kind of updating them a little bit, so you're trying to take the damage, and they're getting hit. That's a failure. 2 advantage, 2 successes. Oh yeah, you took a big hit. It just rocks the ship a little bit. Suddenly, just one of the panels start to kind of fly out. Your shields are weakened, like they're almost offline from that one shot. It's taken some damage because you updid the shields a little bit. If you hadn't, it probably would have taken off like a good section of the ship. Last chance. Getting away, or are you going to make another strafing run?
Let's get out of here, please!
We're leaving.
And as you're moving away, trying to get, as you're just about, it's got one more light up. But first, we're going to have you roll. Success. 2 failure. Oh! It almost wasn't a spare! It literally was teetering and just went over.
Move up the ship.
Oh, that would just been so beautiful. So, as you're trying to maneuver that last hit, you're moving it as you're just about to get, and the astrogation information is starting to come up. You're trying to get it smoothed a little bit, but yeah, you opened yourself up one last time for that last shot. Yeah, it's suddenly one of the shots just come in. It's starting to damage one of the engines a little bit more. And then the light, bing, 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 bing. The astrogation is, you're ready.
Punch it.
And as you hit, and then,
Hey, LT!
and as you go back and forth on the third time, suddenly you get pushed back as the lights just, the starlights just pass you as you fly.
I'm doing like a very terrible, I can't do it, but a character's like gun and scream. That is not in my, like, low pitch.
And as you are resting for a moment, that sudden relaxation of like, you got away. Yes. And you're sitting there that moment, all three of you are in the cockpit. You can hear rumblings coming from the cargo and at the other room as you hear zub, 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 crashing through us. And you hear this zub, zub.
What all did we accidentally steal? I'll go check out the cargo area.
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Yeah, maybe come with me.
And as you're making your way,
I will also move that.
all three of you relaxing.
Does somebody have to actively pay it?
Nope, nope.
LT, make sure nothing
Yeah,
happens crazy.
You're fine. You see two Ewoks standing in front of a door that kind of goes into, that looks into a hangar or something, cargo bay and stuff like that. Just standing there, motionless, looking through this door as you're walking up towards it.
Zub, zub, fellas?
What's up?
They don't say anything. What are you doing?
I'm gonna peek into, like, is there like a
You can walk behind them and look in if you'd like.
yeah, I'm gonna go up and look in.
And as you peer in, audience, what is in the cargo bay? Is it meat? Is it riches? Is it a baby rancor? What should be in the cargo bay that has drawn the attention of everyone? Anyone?
Young Jedi.
Ooh.
Younglings.
All of them.
I'm gonna, since this is later and there's the Jedi have been lost, that's probably not the best answer, but how about cloaks of Jedi, just a whole bunch of cloaks and artifacts of the Jedi. And, you know, it was treasure troves of just all these artifacts and just like hundreds of just Jedi cloaks and different things stored in here. But besides that, one other thing is in here. What could it be?
Grogu!
There's a painting of this huge, large, just the strange creature with ears that go off, and just sitting there posing. And there's this large painting as another treasure trove.
Huh. It's just a bunch of religious crap.
Religious crap that is worth a lot of credit.
Oh, okay.
And as you are sitting there looking at all of this, the feelings that you've escaped your deadly fate and what to do next is up to you. What would you like to do in the future if you had a chance? Sell? Confiscate?
Well, yeah, I think I would be fair. I would take what is objectively a third of it, and as much as I can carry, and just drop me off at some shady planet that I know, like black market stuff. I guess, but I would just ideally I would just like to be left alone.
So looking at splitting the three ways, is there anything else the two of you...
Unless there are objections, but
what you have. You have a ship. You have cargo. Is there anything that your characters would want to do in the future with what they have right now?
I gotta get a new career.
Hey.
I gotta get out of that space.
Okay.
I wanna go somewhere nice, somewhere with nature. What's the blue like?
Naboo is very pleasant. I wish I could return home. Alas, Misa cannot.
Oh, why not?
Because of a relative.
Oh, right.
Yes, Misa named Blambo Binks. Our name has been tainted by he shall remain anonymous. Because of this, I am wanted in many star spaces, and I am banished from my home.
Oh, it's a shame. I was gonna suggest you come live with me. You know, that's Naboo. Because you seem like you wanted a friend.
Did I give that impression?
Yes. Yes, you did.
Perhaps our paths will cross. You are more useful than me.
Well, Sedona, how about you?
Are these Ewoks domesticated?
Yes, and as LT, you hear this, as suddenly LT jumps into the room as he finally gets back from, being on the hull during hyperspace. He's getting himself into the ship, as he's kind of little scorched a little bit and stuff like that.
I know it's cold.
And in a little, from the blaster fire that he almost got shot. And then you hear this, as you say that, are they domesticated, and they're going zub zub, you hear, they're actually quite wanted. They've been imprisoned by the Imperials. The Hutts want them to, they're well known on Tatooine as terrorists.
They say you're terrorists.
Well, this is a good chance. You can raise them to learn to not be terrorists.
They're fully grown adults!
Yes.
And with that, we conclude this one shot. Thank you everyone for joining us in person and on Stream Live Visions. We thank you so much for joining us. Thank you Otherworld Theater for having us, being here. Please, everyone, players, where can we find you, who you are, and all that good information?
I'm Tommy Quartz. You can find me doing PoProv and directing Portal Prov, which is in like an hour and 15 minutes right here.
I'm Alex. I'm here all the time.
I'm Hanan. I'll be assistant directing Pups, which opens in June. And like Alex, I'm also bartending all the time.
Excellent. Thank you, players, for joining us. Thank you for having so much fun. I hope this was entertaining for everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Jay, also known as NeoFed3 on the socials. You can find me at The Emporium for the Wayward Gamer on the Twitch channel that we have. We run Shadowport Adventures. We also run many other games. I am a pro GM and run games at cons as otherwise. So if you see me, want me to come out and do some more, please reach out to me. This has been such a joy. This is a new version, a new step into RPGs that, again, thank you so much for having us. This has been a joy. We hope you were entertained. We hope you enjoyed the process. Thank you again, and you have a lovely day. And generally how I end all my games is, please be kind, don't be a jerk. So have a great night.